Hello everyone, I welcome you all for this session. See, generally students ask us one doubt. What is the difference between M.Tech and MS what you have in India? And sometimes there is one more question asked us. What is the difference between MS program in India and MS program what you have in foreign universities in foreign countries like America, Canada, like that. So in this video, I am going to address all these points. And to introduce myself, I am Dr. A.K. I am alumnus of IIT Madras, and I have more than 27 years of teaching experience in GATE coaching as well as engineering services coaching in ACE Academy, ACE Engineering Academy. Let us see first the MS program what you have in India and what you have abroad. If you see some of the foreign countries like America and Canada like that, let us say for example America, USA. In USA, all the post-graduation programs in science as well as in engineering commonly called by one single name, that is nothing but Master of Science, MS. Okay. When it comes to our country, in India, all the post-graduation programs in engineering, they are called generally by name M.Tech, Master of Technology, M.Tech. In some universities instead of M.Tech, they call it as ME, Master of Engineering also, but majority we call what you call M.Tech. It is a post-graduation program in engineering, Master of Technology. Not only M.Tech, we have one more post-graduation program in engineering in India. That is what you call MS in India. It's nothing but Master of Science by Research. Master of Science by Research. So you have to write this one, MSR. So in foreign countries, they call simply Master of Science, what you see here, Master of Science, postgraduate program in engineering. But in India, we have M.Tech as well as MS. What is this MS? In India, what you have MS? Master of Science by Research. So this MSR and the MS what you see in foreign university, there is slight difference. There is some difference. Now, here coming the title, MS in India is nothing but actually Master of Science by Research. Master of Science by Research. So that is a different from the Master of Science what is offered in the foreign countries. Now coming to the actual question, after the GATE exam, which one should you choose between the M.Tech and then MSR in India? So to address this particular question, I want to show separate in different slide. By relative comparison, I want to discuss both of these. Now look at here. I have taken some parameters here to distinguish between M.Tech and Master of Science by Research, what you have in India. The different parameters you can see on the left side. Look at first. The course structure, if you observe, course structure. In the case of M.Tech, it is industry otherwise course centric. Whereas in the case of Master of Science by Research, it is research centric. What does it mean? It means in the case of M.Tech, there is intensive coursework. It means you have to study more number of courses, more number of subjects. the focus is on more coursework. Whereas in the case of MS, Master of Science by Research, the more emphasis, the more focus is on the research. That's what one of the difference. Then, the second point of parameter comparison is emphasis, focus. Look at, in the case of M.Tech, we put more emphasis on the coursework, less emphasis on the thesis. More coursework means we study more number of courses there. We also do some research work, some thesis work, research work, some small project work we carry out here. What about MS? Reverse. Look at, less coursework but more thesis work. That's what the completely opposite. Completely opposite. More course, less thesis work. Here, less coursework, more thesis work. Thesis work nothing but the dissertation, project work. So this second point shows you some basic difference between the M.Tech and then MS, what you have in India. Then, if you look at this curriculum, in the case of M.Tech, M.Tech in India, what you have? The 2 years program. 2 years program spread over 4 semesters. In the first year, which spreads over 2 semesters, the M.Tech students study 9 to 11 courses. It means 9 to 11 subjects. In second year, they carry out what is that? Project work. That's what generally done. Apart from 9 to 11 coursework, there may be some 2-3 labs also additionally. What about MS? In the case of MS, you can see we need to study only 4 to 5 subjects. But here the main work is going to be the project work. That's what difference you can see in the first year, you have to study 9 to 11 subjects in addition to 2 to 3 labs also. Whereas here, in the entire program of MS, you have to study only 4 to 5 courses, 4 to 5 subjects only. But more work, more amount of time you have to spend on your project work. That's what the meaning, research centric. Here also you do project work. But comparatively, this project work is more intensive compared to this project work. That's why it is called research centric. In the sense, more emphasis on the research, less emphasis on the coursework. Whereas here, reverse. More emphasis on the coursework, relatively less emphasis on the research work. So therefore, people call the MS program something like what you call a mini PhD. A mini PhD. Right. The duration, if you look at, M.Tech in India means it is 2 years. Normally it is a 2 years program. In 2 years, the M.Tech is done. What about the MS? What about MS? Look at, it will take more than 2 years. It may take 2 to 3 years. Why? It is research work, researching. In the sense, exactly we can't define the time. You have to produce some what you call thesis work there. I said it is a mini PhD. It will take more than 2 years of time. Right. This is one of the reason why many students they look M.Tech program, not MS program. Because once you join the M.Tech, you are generally sure of completing within 2 years. But it is not guaranteed in the case of MS. At the point? Then, if you see competition, the competition is relatively more in the case of M.Tech, relatively less in the case of MS. Why competition is more in the case of M.Tech means the obvious reason is like this. This program takes only 2 years. Once you join, generally you are sure of completing within 2 years. After 2 years, you can come out of the campus. but that is not guaranteed in the case of MS. In extreme cases, if you are extremely good, if you are doing very sincere hard work, it may be possible to do the MS work also within 2 years, but generally it will happen more than 2 years. That is one of the drawback there. That is why people look for this what you call M.Tech because it takes less time. But one advantage you can see here, in the case of M.Tech, first year you will be very busy because you have to study in 2 semesters 9 to 11 subjects, 9 to 11 courses you have to do there. You will be very busy here first year. But when it comes to the second year, you become somewhat relaxed because you have only project work there. Whereas here reverse. You need to do finally only 4 to 5 courses in the entire program of MS. Therefore, in the first year, you will be somewhat relaxed here, but when you go to second year, you become very busy with your what you call thesis or research work there. Difference I hope you understand. First year you will be very busy, second year you are somewhat relaxed there. What about here? First year you are somewhat relaxed because you have less coursework there, but you become very busy in the second year onwards because you have to focus on your thesis work. So in the first year you can't prepare any other except your M.Tech program courses. But in the case of MS, the small advantage what you have is because you have less number of coursework, less number of courses, you get some extra time to prepare something extra to develop your skill set. So tomorrow when you want to sit for campus placements, if at all you want to show some extra skill set, it is possible to develop in the MS first year, but you can't do so in the second year. Whereas here, reverse case. If at all you want to develop some skill set, you want to do some extra learning, if at all you want to do that, you can do in the second year. The difference is there. Right. Competition more, competition less, that is what already I have discussed. The next point is admissions. In the case of M.Tech program in India, it is done yearly once. But in the case of MS, it is done yearly twice. So for every 6 months, once the admissions are done in the case of MS. And then number of seats per each specialization. Number of seats per each specialization. In the case of M.Tech, we have relatively more. More means how many? You can see 6 to 10. That is relatively more. Relatively less in the case of MS. It is only 1 or 2. I repeat. Here we have in each specialization number of seats 6 to 10. In the case of computer science, it may go beyond 10, 20 also. In the case of management programs, it may go beyond this also. But if you compare with what you call MS, in the case of MS, you have relatively less number of seats, maybe 1, maybe 2, or maybe 3, sometimes 0 also in particular specialization. Right? Then, if you see the selection criteria, how to get into M.Tech program, how to get into MS. Here we have to get what you call good gate score if you want to do M.Tech in premier institutes. Some institutes they take only gate score as the criteria for the selection of the candidates for the M.Tech program. In some institutes, not only gate score, they take additionally one written test, otherwise interview also. But in the case of MS program, here also you have gate score requirement is there. We have written test as well as interview. But mind you, in some institutes for MS program, the gate score is not compulsory. If you have performed well in the test and interview, it is sufficient. Gate score is optional. Of course, majority of the institute they insist for the gate score. Some institutes they take students even if you do not have the good gate score. But in the case of MS, the interview is compulsory. In the interview, they try to see mainly your interest towards what you call the research. The program name is, what is the program name? Master of Science by Research. You need to have some inclination towards research. That's what they are going to see mainly in this interview. That's what some of the differences between the M.Tech and then MS. Before I go to next slide, I want to tell one advantage in the case of what you call M.Tech. Here you are studying so many subjects, 9 to 11 courses you are doing there. You get exposure to different areas in a branch of engineering. You get some exposure in different areas of engineering because study more number of courses there. But that advantage may not be there in the case of MS. We study only 4 to 5 courses. There is one advantage of this M.Tech. What is one advantage in the MS program? Here you may get some extra time. In the extra time, you can learn some additional skills, etc. required for your campus placements. But if you are determined, you can do it also in the M.Tech program. But you have some more differences between these two. Let me show it in a separate slide. The other parameters I want to make comparison here, the job opportunities, nothing but placements, the stipend and all this. If you look at the job opportunities, in fact, you have equally good in both cases. Whenever a company comes for campus placements, they don't demarcate any difference between the difference between the M.Tech and the MS. They treat M.Tech and MS equally good. Equally good. Both have the same importance in the campus placements. Because if any company comes, ultimately they can their own written test and interview. So there you have to perform. Then the selection is made. So for campus placements, both have equal opportunity. No distinction at all. No distinction. And then the stipend per month. Here you get 12,400 per month for 2 years of time. Here also you get 1,400 rupees for 2 years of time. But I told you, MS may take sometimes more than 2 years, not sometimes, many times. Scholarship is only for 2 years per month, so and so. But I put some star mark here. It implies, in case your MS program extends beyond 2 years, the scholarship can be extended by another 6 months. It can be extended by another 6 months depending upon the recommendation of that research committee. If at all you have any valid reason for the extension of this work beyond 2 years, the committee will recommend you to what you call give the scholarship for another 6 months. That's what regarding the scholarship. And then you can see conversion to PhD or also to go for higher studies. PhD or higher studies within India, otherwise abroad also. In fact, in both the cases, same opportunity. Same opportunity. If you want to pursue PhD, you can do it easily. Same opportunity there. In fact, in the case of MS, we have a small advantage there. Whatever the topic that you do this MS program, the same thing you can continue further to get what you call PhD degree. That small edge will be there in the case of MS. But you can see all the entries of the PhD programs, we get what you call equal opportunity for the M.Tech as well as MS. Generally equal. Then PhD abroad. If at all you want to go abroad, yes, we have the equal opportunity for both programs. But MS may have a small edge there. Small advantage may be there if you want to go for a PhD abroad. Why? Because in the case of MS program, in the very first semester itself, you will be allotted to one guide. So frequently you will be meeting your guide. Thereby, you get what you call, you develop good relationship, good rapport with what you call your guide. If at all you want to go abroad, because you have a good access with your guide there, the guide may recommend to some foreign universities. He may give good what you call recommendation letters also. All will fetch you some advantage. But officially, both are more or less equally good. Then publications, paper publication, research publications. In the case of M.Tech, it is not compulsory. Not compulsory. But in the case of MS, it may be mandatory in some cases. So to award the MS program, in some institutes, you require to publish at least one research paper there. But that is very easy. It won't be a problem for you. If you are really doing seriously this MS work in IIT, otherwise good institution, it is very easy to publish the paper. But that's not compulsory in the case of M.Tech. It may be required sometimes. Then, institution is, in which institute the M.Tech and MS programs are offered. Look at this M.Tech program is offered almost in all institutes. You take IITs, you take NITs, triple ITs, universities, you have what you call M.Tech there. But this MS program by research in India, it is not in all institutes. This MS program in India we have mainly in IITs. So, most of the IITs in India, most of them, maybe one or two except, most of them have what you call the MS program. And also a few NITs, for example, NIT Trichy, it has that facility to offer the MS program, but not all NITs, please understand. And also you have few other institutions. So, comparatively, here you have less number of seats, here you have more number of seats. That is what the difference between what you call the M.Tech program and the Master of Science by Research what you have in India. So, I have taken many parameters for comparison purpose. So, therefore, the discussion what you have made with respect to this comparison will help you a lot in taking further decision from your end. But I told you, so my perspective, when it comes to the industry orientation, suppose you want to join some consultancy firm or you want to join some industry to take up a job there, M.Tech may be little bit advantageous to you. In the sense here you are studying more number of courses, you get exposure to different areas there. That may give some edge there. But if you see MS, you are studying the less number of courses, but you have more focus on research work. In most of industries, both are equally eligible there. I don't say that one. The only small advantage in the case of M.Tech, you are studying more number of courses there, you get more exposure in different areas. That small advantage is there. What about the R&D organizations? In the case of research development organization, whenever they come for the campus placements, etc., they may try to prefer what you call the MS candidate because they already have some exposure towards what you call the research. But officially, in all R&D organizations, both M.Tech as well as MS are equally eligible there. So, friends, depending upon your individual perspective, depending upon your individual interest in other future plans, you can choose between these two programs. It is up to you. Okay. So, thank you. Good luck.